dragging on, for a while now, but it kind of going to connect to the next story that we're going to talk about. Well, some people are connected with the Chris Brown, situation.
No connection other than
well,
R&B.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I'm saying connection, as far as people saying that black men now are being attacked,
I got you.
In the media, and there's always seems to be some type of a sexual, allegation that comes out. But we know about Chris Brown pretty much being arrested, him and his bodyguard, in Paris, France, for allegedly sexually, assaulting a young lady. Now, this young lady, allegedly put out a statement, 24-year-old lady, saying that pretty much, let me pull it up right here. She says, he makes me enter sort of a dressing room. He closes the door. It lasted about 20 to 30 minutes. She also described the alleged rape as brutal and violent, and she said she was abused by a bodyguard and a friend of the singer as well. Another source connected to the singer spoke to TMZ and said Chris Brown was never alone with the victim at any point. So we got a lot of conflicting stories. We know somebody, I don't know if it was a French model, came out and said that this is a lie, it didn't happen. Everybody's denying it, but this lady did, say that it occurred. SamAnt, what do you think about this? We know he was arrested. France, a whole different set of laws. What are your thoughts when you first initially heard this earlier today?
Well, we seen it yesterday, right before the podcast. We seen news that this was going on, and we were just like, oh man, again, here we go. They throwing Chris Brown's name out now. Immediately, I came into the thought of the whole masters thing, just being cynical and just thinking about how difficult it is to own your masters, and him being the youngest to ever own your masters, that being released earlier this month. That's huge. And we all know his track record. We all know his past. So it's very easy to throw dirt on a name like Chris Brown, and very easy for people to believe anything. You've seen pictures that came out on TMZ with quote unquote him and his new boo, this female that came out. All right, you throw it out. Who cares? Don't worry about that. And then you hear this. Was it the same girl that the pictures were taken with?
I'm not sure.
Now being accused of rape? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It'd be very interesting if it was. If it wasn't, my question would be how. Never, that don't even matter. Because I would say, how would he sit there with one girl and that be his alleged girlfriend, find this other girl, take her, rape her, all while having this new girl? That really makes no sense. That being said, we all know that you have to have rape kits involved, certain DNA evidence involved, an investigation that has to go on, and he's out of jail now. I don't know if that's under stipulations. I know that they were saying if he did get out of jail, he may have to wait a couple of days before he'll leave the country. He may not be able to leave for a year. He may have to come back every 2 weeks. I don't know the stipulations behind him being released yet, but he is out of jail. He did make a statement that this is bullshit, that he's lying. We all seen that, and I believe him.
Yeah. Here's the official statement. He said, I want to make it perfectly clear. This is a false and a whole lot of crap. He says, for my daughter and my family, this is so disrespectful and against my character and my morals. And we reported, I think maybe 6 months ago that he was being accused of something like this. He didn't get arrested for it, but he was being accused, but they found out that it wasn't enough evidence to really, bring him up on any charges. So, what first pops in my mind, is why would he have to rape anybody? Not trying to be insensitive if there was a victim here, but we understand as groupies out there, wherever you go, that they're going to, be lined up to be with a guy of this caliber. Now, people bringing up the whole thing about the Masters. We've seen T.I. post something about that. And so I've seen some other rappers pop up, in Chris Brown's, comment section, showing support, for him. That could be, we know there's a history, of that. That's big, obviously, to own your masters. I think to being the youngest person to ever do it. But we got to wait for more information to come out. I could say, yeah, I think she's lying. She's trying to get money. I can say that, but that doesn't mean it's true. You know what I mean? So we can wait for more information to come out. Hopefully, nothing comes out of this. I don't think it will, but we'll have to see, because like you said, once rape kit and things get done, what type of evidence is involved? You know what I mean? It could be something, there, if there's something there. These
kind of conversations, no matter who it's with or how it's even divvied out, always kind of brings on a divide amongst men and women.
Yeah.
Always. So this is a real interesting conversation. Like you said, you always have to kind of let everything play out just to be fair at the end of the day, because we can all sit here and think we quote unquote know exactly what happened, or know she's lying, or this or that or the third. But unless we were there in that situation, we genuinely don't know. So we got to be fair to the whole situation.
Do you think this, a lot of people I see, bringing up the Rihanna situation and kind of tying it, trying to, as a character assassination, really Do you think that that has any correlation? You know, the fact that you know, he did assault Rihanna. This was years back. You know, does that have any correlation to him being violent? Because we have the woman coming out pretty much saying, look, this was a violent, brutal attack. Do you have any correlations in your opinion?
No, hell no. But what I will say is it's very easy to throw dirt on his name because of a very dumb thing he did when he was young. Absolutely, he did it. It was two A-list celebrities in a situation where no people knew they were out, and it was a fucked up situation that happened. No one condoned his behavior. He himself didn't condone his behavior. He dealt with his situation, and you get over it. You fall to the ground, you dust yourself off, you get up, and that's why the world is a beautiful place, because we're allowed another opportunity the next day. So he had to go on and live his life, and he's lived a hard life. I think Karma would even say that they got back to Chris Brown. Rihanna's moved on. She's in a beautiful spot. So shout out to everything on that. But like I said, that's an easy place to go for if the media or if someone wanted to try to gain some kind of celebrity attention, money, whatever the case may be. That's an easy angle to go, especially with a name so easily connected to some negativity, in particular to women. It's very easy to go to. So we got to be careful on what's being spewed out here and how we take it and absorb it, because anything could be taken and thrown out of context, and a person's legacy can be destroyed overnight. Like we've seen kind of yesterday with the Tupac situation. We talked about it, and we got a real heavy debate going on about that conversation with a picture. That one picture has people kind of questioning a whole legacy. You know what I mean? So we just got to be careful how the media disseminates information.
And it's a lot of people, even with that, you know, conversation, this the journey into that. You know, a lot of people mad at us. A lot of people saying it's photoshopped. A lot of people saying it's the cat from Digital Underground. And my thing is not trying to disrespect, you know, Tupac in any stretch of the imagination, but you know, if that had been anybody else, you know, let's say Jay-Z and Memphis Blake, you know, or Nas and, you know, what's the dude named Nature, or Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley, you know what I mean, or something like that, it would look. I mean, it just is what it is. I don't think that he is, but you know, the fact that we did the story is the fact that we're not the only outlet that did the story. Go to the other ones, you know, the hip hop websites that did this story way before we did it, and go say that shit on their comment board. You know what I mean? They can talk about it. I never go at them, like you said. They never go at the TMZs. They never go at these other CNNs for doing what they do. They always want to attack us for what we do.
Do you think it's a respect thing?
What do you mean? As far as respect for who?
Do you think that they think that it's easier, and not to say that it's not as easy as it is to go to a Breakfast Club or whatever other platform, because it's just as simple. But do you think that because we don't get the attention, or the lower platform may not get the quote unquote attention as your bigger places, that they seem as though they may think as though it's easier to go ahead and criticize us as opposed to criticizing the bigger platforms?
No, I mean, you know, maybe they do, but it's just like, you know, my thing is listen to the context of what we're saying. Some people just listen to a little bit of it and they form their opinion. Listen to what we're saying, and then you will see like where we're coming from with the whole situation. Yeah, it looks suspect, but at the end of the day, I'm like thinking it's just a picture. You know what I mean? It's just a picture at the end of the day. You can read into it, or you don't have to.
And a lot of people get caught up on the titling and the thumbnails. Like they'll read into a whole body of work, a whole 10, 15-minute conversation just off of a title and a thumbnail. And then maybe the first minute and a half of context. And then they feel so compelled and so energized to go ahead and voice their opinion on something that they didn't get the overall premise of. Come on, man, you got to do better than that. And to the people that disagree, like I had plenty of people respectfully disagreeing. Yeah, y'all keep on disagreeing. I ain't got no problem with that. Yeah. That's conversation. That's what men and adults and women they supposed to do. But disagree and all, no problem with that. But to go ahead and criticize without having proper context, 360 degrees is whack.
Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely gotta agree. But that kind of is what it is with that whole, you know, conversation. You're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt, going in today on this.